And welcome back to another installment of the Service Advisor 101, a blueprint to becoming a high performing service advisor. Now, we've been taking it step by step throughout the book, and we're now about to finish element 3, which is prioritize. So we'll move to page 12 of the book, and the bottom of page 12, it talks about how high performing service advisors' questions and statements always map to a destination. Now, some people have gotten a bit confused about what this actually means, and I really want to demystify it here and make sure that we're on the same page and that you're getting value from this, and you really can differentiate between, well, what's Kieran really saying here compared to assuming that it's assuming what it means. So high performers are accurate and wise with their language, or their use of language. They don't just use words to fill the silence. They use words strategically to get a desired outcome. This is a rare skill, and it's actually something that I teach the real high performers. Remember, not all questions and statements are created equally. When you ask better questions, you get better answers. How a sentence is constructed is both an art and a science. You could ask this question to a colleague: what did you get up to after work last night? Or, where did you go between the hours of 6 and 10 last night? The answer to both these questions may be the same, but the feeling of care versus a feeling of interrogation is profound. This is something that has taken me quite a long time to understand. Being a master practitioner of NLP, I recognize that the art and science of communication is the most valuable intangible asset in humans today. I hope that reading this book inspires you to work on your personal and professional development. So, high performing service advisors' questions and statements always map to a destination. What I really mean by this, guys, is that I hear it far too often that service advisors, their lips are moving, there's noise coming out of their mouths, but a lot of it doesn't make any sense, or a lot of it is nonsense. So let me expand a little bit on that. So how we form questions, how we form statements need to map towards what we're trying to achieve. And I hear a lot of conversation among service advisors with customers, and we could actually finish off the conversation in half the time. I remember applying for a job many years ago back in Ireland, and I had to do a presentation on a topic for the role, and I stuffed it up. Pretty much, I stuffed it up, and I'll never forget what the interviewer said to me after the interview and his feedback. He said, "Kieran, do you know what the word succinct means? Succinct, Succinct, I believe. Succinct." And I said, "Nope, I don't know what that means." Succinct means to say as much as possible in the fewest amount of words. So what I notice with service advisors is that they don't often think about their thinking. They will just ramble off a heap of nonsense that doesn't actually make any sense. So what I really encourage you to consider here is what comes out of your mouth. It needs to be applicable, it needs to be useful, and it needs to map towards, or be useful towards, what you're trying to achieve for the customer. Be it in a meet and greet, be it in a sales situation where you're presenting a repair or maintenance to a customer, or whether you're discussing the survey at the end, for example. In many ways, service advisors just wing it in terms of their communication. They're inaccurate, and they're falling over their words, if you will, when they're communicating with a customer in any one of these situations. They are not particular with their wording. They don't follow a script, and I mean this quite a lot. Again, I've got scripts for meet and greet, I've got scripts for sales presentations, and I've got scripts for the vehicle handover and the survey conversation. If we're just making it up as we go along and not being very particular with our language, well, are we actually going to end up at our destination? They say that if a ship departs a port and is 1 degree off its desired destination, it would end up thousands of miles away from where it should have ended up because it goes off course. It's important that we understand the power of language. It's important that we understand that how we construct our sentences, our statements, and our language, we have to make sure that it maps towards the ideal or the destination that we're trying to achieve. So, in reflection, how can we ensure that our questions and statements are always mapping to our destination. So if you were to rate yourself, and again, managers, if you're going to rate some of your employees here, you can definitely tell the quality of the communicator that the individual is, because they are in many ways falling over their words, or their customers are confused, or they're not getting a massive survey return volume, or their sales conversions are poor, or the customers don't remember them when they come in to drop the car for a service. This is poor performing communication in the service department, or weak communication. Now, how do you become a better communicator? You become a better communicator by purposeful practice. And for me, I was not an awesome communicator. Am I still an awesome communicator now? No, but I'm on a journey. I'm trying new things. I'm constantly upgrading my software. I'm reading books. I'm listening to podcasts, and I'm listening to experts in their fields who are the most amazing communicators on the planet. And you can understand how they're constructing sentences. You can understand and recognize that they're saying certain things at a certain time to get a desired outcome 4 or 5 sentences down the road. It's almost like a snooker player. You ever seen a snooker player line up all these shots and he just buries the balls into all the pockets, and it's like magic. The best communicators in the world do that. And I've seen some amazingly high-performing service advisors create questions and statements that map towards a destination. They cause a customer to agree with them. It causes a customer to uncover information that, again, if the question was not formulated correctly, you wouldn't have gotten that information, and now it wouldn't be useful. So leverage your communication skills. Constantly try to upgrade your communication skills, and look towards connecting with customers on a deeper level. Customers will like you more if you are a better communicator. Customers will come back to you because they trust you in your communication. They recognize you as someone mature, someone driven, someone professional, as opposed to hopefully getting the right information. So with that, how would you rate yourself? What are 3 things that you could do to increase that rating? Again, I speak about professional development all the time. Toastmasters is an amazing organization that's probably in your city that you could attend for 3, 6, 9 months, and you will transform the way you communicate. Neurolinguistic programming, to me, is a secret weapon. NLP is what it's known as, and that will help you to become a wonderful communicator. There's some books out there that I would highly recommend as well on communication skills that will cause you to recognize that there are better ways of communicating to get a better outcome. Again, you cannot not communicate. You cannot not communicate. When you are speaking to someone, you are communicating competency or incompetency, or somewhere in the middle. When you are communicating with someone, you are displaying your level of care, your level of professionalism, your level of desire to serve. And it's important that you recognize that there's always opportunities to increase this performance. So what are 3 things that you can do today? Talk to your manager, uncover where there's opportunities for you to polish that communication skills and really connect with that customer, and ask better questions. Ensure your questions and statements are always mapping to a destination. If you need more information on this, guys, I'll happily share it. Kieran at service101.com.au. Other than that, keep striving to be your best. I trust that today's session was useful. Consider what I've said, read the chapter again, and keep striving for better. I'll see you on the next lesson.